All right. Another day. Remember you, remember me. Gotta get that Zendu up here. Get that backup scanner ready. Oh, good morning, Benjamin. I appreciate you stopping by. You have a good morning as well, and good luck today, sir. Good luck, good luck. Hopefully we have more of what was happening yesterday. Good morning, Soul. Hope you're doing well. FCW looks like it's popping up here. Looks like we do have a bit of a pop here. Top of the hour. Okay, this one is out of play for me. Criteria are not met for this trade. This is invalid for my short setup. Morning, Captain. Loving the channel. I appreciate it. Yeah, anyone coming in, if you're not already, definitely check out Benjamin. He's been focusing really hard trying to improve himself, and I do respect it. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, definitely check him out. He just posted a comment in the chat here, but yeah, I mean, I respect what he's doing, so if you're not already, maybe consider checking him out. But yeah, MCW, looks like we have news on this. Car wash to be taken private, so potential buyout or something like that. $7 a share. Yeah, okay, so this looks like more of an acquisition than anything. Yeah, I mean, it went straight up to $1 or $7. So, looks like an acquisition. If this does break down, I would be willing to trade it in my other account for a slower recovery attempt, but it would need to fail a bit more. We're talking like maybe like 660 or something. Not very likely it's going to do that. Yeah, so we've had a couple other stocks that are kind of moving, like AUUD made a move yesterday. The ENF also popped up a good bit, but it's mostly backside now. But really, a lot of these moves have been bigger, right? $4 up to like 9. So we're seeing some 100%, 50% movers. I didn't really want to call it out yesterday, mainly because even though we did have this huge movement yesterday, it was just like a massive spike and dump. I did look into this company more, because I thought this behavior was suspicious. So apparently what happened was this wasn't a normal IPO. This was a direct offering in a sense where they were giving people shares and the price just happened to open higher. It wasn't a normal IPO where it was like anybody got fair play with it. And if you look at the volume, right? So the volume here, if you look at it, you get like 25,000 for this. The IPO price was supposed to be around $2. So the fact that it opened up way up here at 45 is very telling. And with only 25,000 shares of volume for all of this movement and this weird gap up, very, very strange behavior. But yeah, apparently a lot of the insiders got in this at around $2. So even through all of this, even way down here near the bottom, like it basically had to be all the way at the bottom for investors to be out of the money. So very interesting how that played out. Let's see, W buy. Yeah, okay, WBuy is getting a bit of a pop. Yeah, also news at 7. So this one's definitely in play as well. Let me do my criteria check for it. Okay. Let me check and see what it's like to short this thing. So 76% borrow fee. What is the news? Launches premium travel brand Altitude. See if this thing ends up popping up here. Looking at the volume, this is quite high volume and it's holding up well. So I'm curious if we're going to get a second leg on this or not. Yeah, this one's close to in play for me. I think I'm going to pass on it. This one's much closer than the last one, but I think I'm going to pass because it's too close. Good morning, Mr. Lawson. Also, I'm a bit embarrassed about the trade yesterday. Not because I lost money, but when I reviewed the trade, it actually didn't meet my criteria for it, and I took it anyway. I missed a signal that would have disqualified it, so a bit embarrassing that I missed a very clear signal that would have disqualified it. But I was tired and also new to the strategy, so I actually have a notepad with me now. So I'm actually I have a checklist set up that I'll be going through to make sure I'm following all the correct criteria for me to be entering. Hopefully that makes me adhere to the procedure a bit more. Yeah, this stock is borderline acceptable for taking a short. I will definitely note it regardless for my review, but I think I'm going to pass it. Another thing too is with only having the limited day trades because of the PDT rule, right? I'm at 1 day trade right now for the next 3 days. So I'm kind of thinking that, at least with my setup, I need to really be a little bit more particular about with what I'm getting in. And if I do find a trade, that's fine, totally valid. And then I can just switch back to the other account and trade in that one, right? And just do the old strategy. Like, I think that's fine, at least just so I'm here doing something. Alternatively, I could make a second margin account. Oh, man. So this thing, yeah, so it looked like it was breaking out here, made a new high, popped up, and just immediately sold off pretty hard, right? 153 straight down to 128. on pretty high volume too. So it looks like there was definitely some kind of potential dump that happened right here. Be curious to know if Ross bought there. Yeah, so if I would have shorted this, it would have been around 168. So I would not have gotten an entry anyway. So my decision not to short it was irrelevant, it looks like. I would say leave a like if you're stopping in, but I see half of you have already done it. I do appreciate it, and I thank you guys very much for leaving a like. It does help me out, so thank you. Yeah, so interestingly, despite having some earlier moves, we're still not seeing great 7 a.m. news come out. Like even yesterday, right? We had the big movers like PLYX, for example, right? This one had the huge move, but we're not really seeing things move and hold up. Like we're not seeing those 50%, 100% movers. So it's a little bit deceptive, right? Even looking at W buy, I was going to say Weeble. Even looking at W buy, right? It's like up 13%. If we're looking at it towards the peak, it was probably up around 20, 25%. Nothing too crazy. We appreciate your chant. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. I wish I could give more, and it's very sad for me because I know by me switching to this strategy and trading with one share size, this is not appealing to watch for a lot of people, right? I know it's good process building, and I'm kind of acknowledging it's like I have to go one step backward to go two steps forward, right? With my old strategy, I just wasn't making enough money to appeal to enough people. And not only that, but it was also a signal to me that, hey, if I'm putting this much effort in, I should be trying to be more efficient with my time. So like it's not just a channel change, it's really just a internal productivity change too. But I'm realizing, okay, I'm not making enough good results. I need to step back, change the strategy, something that could give more profits, and then scale up with that new strategy. So really, I'm at a stage right now where I'm just having to take a step back. I'm not really super focused on the reviews, and I mean, I wish I could give more value back in that sense. For those that are more process-oriented, or just here to have somebody to show up to talk to and get thoughts on the market, I can at least give that. But in terms of actually showing productivity, it's going to be, at least for the next couple of weeks, it's probably going to be lower. AUUD, or AUDD, I saw that. Or are you sure it's AUDD, not AUUD? Yeah, I think you meant AUUD. Yeah, this one moved yesterday and it's pushing back up. Good volume too. Yeah, good call out on this. It's getting good volume. Right? Highest volume the whole period. Yeah, AUUD. Yeah. Nah, yeah, you're good. I assumed. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a new high from the pre-market session. So it looks like they're doing some sort of merger. Yeah, and that came out yesterday. Little bit choppy at the top. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Level 2 is extremely thick. I mean, I'm looking at it. 50,000 shares on each side. Extremely thickly traded. What is the share? Yeah. Okay. Like, it's only showing 3 million shares outstanding. Definitely not 3 million. This has been diluted in some way. Looking at the daily, there's somewhat of a downtrend, right? It's lost 50% of its value in a few weeks. So yeah, probably I'll look up dilution, but I guarantee you, since the level 2's thick, because of the recent downtrend, I'd be strongly willing to bet there was a recent dilution. Let's see. Okay, business disclosure. Yeah, that was yesterday. Okay, shelf registration. I mean, the last one really was... yeah, like September. How much was it for? Okay, only like 1 million. Why is this so thickly traded? Yeah, because this should not be having 50,000 to 100,000 shares in the bid and ask for only 3 million. Hmm. There was an S8 filing as well, and that was a couple weeks later, so that's different. What's this one? Okay, that one's just an AK filing. Okay, so there's a bit more than 1 million. I don't know how much, but there's more than 1 million shares. Did I trade it after the stream? I did not. No, OLB. The problem was it was just too cheap. Like, even though I'm shorting, I still don't really... My data sample for what I was simulating and backtesting, I was looking for stuff where the close price was above $1, right? This was a stock trading at 40, 50 cents before the pop. So this would have been out of my sample range. Yeah, I see. It just kind of grinded. But no, I did not trade it. I'll probably play it similar to what I proposed for the other account, which is that for shorting. And to be fair, I only tested the shorting strategy for the hours that I would be streaming anyway, so shorting outside of those hours probably could be, well, not probably, but it could have contaminated data, right? Because I was only testing this time frame. If I trade other time frames with the strategy, it might not be effective. Probably wouldn't matter, but it could. Yeah, W buy basically failed here. Whenever this spike happened and there was huge volume, looks like there was some kind of wall here. Still wouldn't have been a good short, though. Didn't pop up enough. For me, anyway. And I had 28% short interest on it. Let me, or borrow fee. If I try to short it now, what does it give me? Or was it 73? No, I think it might have been like 70 after all. Yeah, I think it was closer to 70 something. I'm actually going to track this too. I'm actually going to log it here too. 76. AUUD, yeah. That one's just been kind of curling. It's on a pullback now, but it's been breaking out well. Definitely thickly traded, right? Super high volume. Not sure what the actual float is, but shares outstanding is definitely not 3 million. It's higher. Hmm. Yeah, I'm torn right now. We've had some really good moves the last few days, but it seems like the overall sentiment is still like I'm trying to distinguish, are there just hot moves in a cold market, or is there a genuine shift occurring? And realistically, my read right now is that even though we're seeing some big movers, the overall sentiment seems to be slower movers and higher failure rates. That was kind of what we were seeing before, and that seems to be continuing, right? Like W buy, we had this pop up to like 20 or 25% before rolling. Not very impressive. And W buy even is a stock that has historically done well, so the fact that a known performer's not doing well is telling. And it seems conversely like stocks that moved after hours are doing better, right? Like we're seeing this a lot where stocks are moving like 50 to 100%. All right, this stock is up 88%, and it did the majority of the move after hours. And this isn't the only one. There's been others like this. This one's on the backside now, but after hours BENF also made 100% move. So it could be an instance where the market is resolving better in the after hours, right, from the PM session than the AM session. But it definitely seems like the AM session is slower. That's my read anyway. You told me after you did, Bobby. You told me after hours. Yeah. No Ross and no Holtz. Well, I mean, even the Ross thing. Like, I just think that sometimes after hours performs better. Sometimes pre-market performs better. My read is that generally pre-market does better. That's my read. It seems to be in a situation where after hours is doing better though. Right? So I got to give credit where credit is due there. PRZO. This one's moving. Achieves extraordinary results in intercepting high-speed hostile drones at high speed of 70 miles per hour. Okay. $21 million shares. I generally trade until 11 a.m. and come back for after hours. I mean, if it works, right? Like you got to do whatever is time efficient too, right? Because like that's significant time you're putting into coming back. But if you're finding success with it, why not? So regardless of shorting, I need to be doing this regardless if I'm going to short it. I need to be looking and gathering information on how short interest is appearing. So I'm not going to short this, but I just want to check it. So 3% looks like it's easy to borrow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this one's out of play for me. I can't mess with this one. There's multiple signals that don't align. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. It's also not moving very much. The volume's very low. And looking at the daily, this one's a slower mover. Higher float too. See how it does, but I'm not really looking to short this one. Wow. Total failure on this. I guess the high speed performance led to high speed capitulation. But I mean, the volume's still very low. I mean, even a huge rejection like this on this kind of volume isn't actually that devastating. I wouldn't rule out a bounce here. Mm. Yeah, it feels like watching paint dry watching some of these stocks. Just no action lately. Gap scanner's all crap. Yep, I agree. And it's misleading too, right? Because like looking at the gap scanner, it looks impressive on the surface, right? You got a 94% mover, 47% mover. This looks impressive, but when you actually look at the moves, right? AUUD, this one's a much higher spread in terms of just the bid and ask have like 50,000 on each side. It's a much slower mover. It's grinding. BENF is on the backside. Like it's not as impressive as it looks. All right, W buy. I mean, it's holding up a little bit from it's based out a little higher, but not really impressive at all. Yeah, I think we're just chilling here. Not much more to it than that. I was gonna say it's a nice change of pace considering I'm trying to implement a new strategy. But on the at the same time, if there's no moves, I can't use the strategy, so it's like a double-edged coin, I suppose. Or double-edged sword, I guess, would be the right term. All right, we're at the half hour. We'll see if that converts to anything or if we just get no resolution. Oh wow, RSI. Yes, I'm just moving on no volume. Bouncing back, but again, there's no volume to it. So there's little confidence behind this kind of move. This looks highly manipulative. Manipulative. Words. Did I check PRZO to short it? I don't remember if I checked it. Okay, yeah, I did, yeah. Okay. I think I checked AUD too, but I just want to double check it because I don't remember what it gave. I assume this will be telling actually. It's up so much, but if the borrow fee is low, that should indicate that there's a lot of shares, right? No shares to short. Interesting. Okay. Would you mind sharing your shorting start or key criteria? Sorry if you covered it already. It's not that I don't want to. I mean, part of me doesn't want to because, like, if what I'm thinking is true, then me sharing it would make it not work. But the thing is, too, is it's very, very difficult for me to explain it. I'm looking for stocks showing a lot of signals that it's not going to hold up in the long run. And then I went and I basically back tested every percent range, and I kind of have a normal distribution of where price typically reverses in a cold market versus hot market. And since we're in the cold market, I have a distribution range that I'm looking for a stock to move if it meets the criteria that a stock will fail. Right? And it's nuanced what all the details are. Be a bit difficult to explain them, and probably wouldn't even be beneficial for me to explain them. But, yeah, that's generally what I'm trying to do. So, like, we go to Webull, for example. Webull, or the, I keep calling it Webull, Webuy. I see the We, or the WB, and I'm just thinking Webull. But, yeah, this one had multiple issues. It has too many signals that it could make a big move, right? It does have the history. It has flatlined. It's showing some accumulation occurring. And even when it did spike here, it didn't spike enough, right? I would have wanted it to go to, what did I say? It was like 168 is what I wanted it to go to for what would have been a first position. And it didn't even get there. So, yeah, like, I'm looking for that range. And if it doesn't hit the range, then statistically, it's less likely to win. And I'm really upset about the GXAI trade I did yesterday too. Like, in hindsight, the daily chart was an immediate disqualification for my setup. If I would have just looked at it, then I would have seen that. So I'm a bit upset that I missed that. Right? Like, I'm gonna count this trade because, like, mistakes happen, and like you can't just ignore the trades where you messed up. You gotta include them all in the sample. But yeah, I definitely flagged this trade as incorrect to take, given my criteria, and I still took it. You got, holy crap, Lawson, you're absolutely crushing me right now. 5 cents? What did you trade? Let me guess, AUUD? I'm guessing this. Dang, man, you gotta step up your game. You can't even afford a can of soup with that kind of money. More than you? Yeah. I mean, well, technically, Lawson, technically I'm beating you right now, right? Because I'm getting about 80 cents to $1 per day in passive income from the Webull Premium. So technically I'm still doing better than you. I'm making a can of soup a day doing nothing. Right? Like, I showed it yesterday, but my account is back above 5,000 now because of the premium, which is very funny. You just traded PRZO. Really? You took a shot on that one. I mean, it's rough, right? It does have news. Daily chart isn't actually terrible, right? It's had some pops. It looks like it's a bit of a slower mover, though. The volume's pretty light here. Right, you go to 1 minute. This volume looks too light to me to be reliable. There's too much of a chance of this thing suddenly rugging. Up 110 cans of soup unrealized on W buy short. 110 cans. Jeez, dude. Good stuff. Yeah, it was a little tempting, but I gotta stick to the rules, right? Regardless of what I want to do, I've tested the strategy. If I'm deviating from the strategy, basically the way I look at it as, if you deviate significantly from your strategy, it turns more and more into gambling. So at least initially to start, I really want to be adhering to the strategy as much as I can. Volume rolling in, I mean, it's getting like 25,000. It's not insignificant, certainly. I would like to see it higher though, right? I'd like to see us getting like maybe 75, 100,000 per minute. Keep in mind too, this is a stock with 21 million shares outstanding. So only getting this kind of volume is pretty light. I don't know what the float is, but just looking from shares outstanding, this feels like light volume. I mean, hey, we're getting some follow through here now. 46. PRZO could turn into something. It needs more though. I'm generally someone who dislikes trading breakouts on lower volume though. Like, to me, even if I was like a breakout trader, I really wouldn't like this. This volume just feels so low. Consider this too. This entire move up was on super low volume. So this could be a pump from low volume, and then this could be the dump phase. Like, there's a serious risk of that being the case, which is concerning to me. That combined with the higher float, or shares outstanding too, serious red flag that this could rug pull. And I mean, maybe it's doing it now. Right, so the argument would be it runs up on low volume, high volume here at the very top, potential rug right here. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, no range. Yeah, I mean, this entire move that occurred in 20 minutes was only like 20 cents. And no range is certainly accurate. I'm still more bearish than bullish. Just again, this pattern of accumulation on low volume, high volume at the top is very... it's a very common pattern I've seen for rug pulls, so I'm especially hesitant of this kind of action. I think it will produce a move. Volume is getting bigger. It's definitely a player. I mean, it could be, right? I'm more so in the camp of that it will roll over. But I could certainly be wrong. I mean, especially with nothing else really moving, if anything gets momentum, people could jump on it. Certainly. But at least for now, I am in the camp of the bears for this stock. And I suppose there's a third option as well, which is that the stock just goes sideways and does nothing. I suppose that's a third possibility. Right, given how much this moves on the daily, I wouldn't rule out that this just goes sideways. What was the highest volume? Highest volume candle, 100,000. It kind of sucks that it was all on this flush. It's nice that it didn't immediately roll over, but I still don't like that you had a high volume flush, low volume pump. It looks like a pump and dump. Like, it just does to me. Good morning, After. Good morning. Yeah, sitting tight. Since I only got one day trade, gotta be real careful with what I choose to trade with it. Then after that, I suppose I will go back to the other account. It's very nice because both accounts are in the same actual main account, so I can just jump between the two. It's very convenient. It is sad, though. I remember the days where we used to get like 50, 60, 70 people watching when the market was hotter. Now that it's just so cold, and now that I'm not really trading, we're lucky if I get 30 or 40. Yeah, so potential rollover, like, I'm not even going to say this is rolling over, though, because there's no volume behind this drop down. Still looks like consolidation. I wouldn't call this a failure yet. Okay, nice pop up. Still low volume, though. Okay, 8-cent pop here. On 24,000. Drop down was on similar. LRHC is popping up for me. What is this? Okay, looks like we had news at the 45-minute mark. Acquires remaining stake in Florida brokerage. Okay. Let me check the locates. 158% locate fee. See how this one does here. PRZO coming back down. Maybe attention is shifting to this one. Okay, I will go ahead and place the orders out. Not really sure if they'll get filled at these levels, but we'll see. I'll go ahead and start placing them out. Let's see, 155. Yeah. This will be a good test too, to see if I can actually place out the orders. Yep. I was able to place all three. 158%. HTTO. Take a look at it. Or HTO. That one also popped up, yeah. Honestly, this might create tension between the two. IRHC, two topping tails, very thick. LRHC. Interesting. Like, you say very thick, but it's a super low share outstanding stock. Maybe it's been diluted. Nice recovery attempt on that. Looking at HTOO. Okay. So it looks like I missed my entry barely. I had an order at 207. Didn't get filled on it. So it looks like I was a little too conservative. Fair enough. I mean, I still got the order placed, so if this does want to curl back, 400 at 198. Long or short, sir? You gotta get... I mean, I guess I should assume long. I'm like short biased right now, so I'm assuming... I'm looking at anything with just a random price and not really assuming long. But I'll assume you're long. Good luck, sir. Garzio. Looks like it might be falling. Shh. Shush. Okay, okay. Short. Short! Short! Okay, so where did this go to? Okay, so it went to two. Hold on, this went to 209. Why did I not get filled? Look at... Oh no, wait, my order was at 209. Okay, so it's possible that the order went actually right to my limit order. That's diabolical if that's the case. If this ends up rolling over and I literally was on the ask, that's gonna be so depressing. I mean, it still looks strong though. Like, there's a chance we get a continuation up here. HTOO has fully retraced at this point. So I think a lot more momentum could shift back to LRHC. It's showing the high is 203, not 209. I mean, I'm looking at what I'm seeing, right? I'm seeing 209 on my charts, so I assume 209. Notably, these are both wicks, right? This is just a sudden spike up to 209. So, I don't know, right? I'm just going off of the chart shows me. Same here, high 204. No, not at all. I mean, I appreciate it. All right, we are short one share at 209. I do have two other orders up as well, so we will see if they get executed as well. Or if this rolls over here. If it rolls over here, great. I have two other orders further up on watch. Yeah, financial terms not disclosed. Yeah, this one's definitely more valid of a trade for me. It actually meets my criteria. I just gotta be confident with it. If it fails, it fails. If it works, it works. Yeah, I'm getting very strange wicks, though. Like, this wick should have hit my second entry, and it didn't. So, strange how we're seeing, at least on Thinkorswim, we're seeing these weird upper wicks. Am I trading in my main account after the stream? I am, yes. To be clear, the $5,000 account is not my main account. That's another side project. But yes, I do trade in the main account during market hours. Yeah. Yeah, these two accounts that I'm running for this channel, they're more like side projects. Well, no thanks if you're still in. Fingers crossed on this one. All right. Second order did fill, so I am now in short 2 shares. We're really amplifying the risk here, guys. We're not just short 1 share now, we're short 2. This is a very risky game we're playing. We haven't seen a clean breakdown yet, though, right? We've been just kind of grinding higher here, right? This floored out pretty well, and even on this second floor, it didn't really pull back much. So this still looks like it has strength to it. And even this one, this is like just a very small retracement. Let me review. What is my stop out level? I will call it out just so that way I'm not like trying to hindsight it. 248 is the stop out. So we've got some wiggle room to get there. I don't really like how strong this is held up. This volume has also been very high. Higher than I would have liked. 2 shares, let's freaking go. I have an order for 1 more share if it gets to it. What is the third one? 232 is a 3rd share to add. So if we do get to 232, I do have 1 more share that will be picked up. Slow and steady is the game, certainly. Okay, nice buy there. Big surge of volume, sudden sweep. Yeah, this is certainly grinding up, right? This is stair-stepping very cleanly. Looks quite strong, and we're seeing volume increase too. No, it looks strong. Yeah, on the daily chart, this is definitely gapping, right? We're up around here on the daily. So certainly a gapper. Hopefully we get a short squeeze and a big move. Thanks, Lawson. Yeah, thank you, man. What a sluggish day so far, SMH. Yeah. Well, we had a couple moves. They mostly have rolled over, though. Like, HTOO just kind of died. Right. This has just been grinding, right? You've been getting good volume on this move up. Volume has been very consistently inflowing in. Looks spooky. And even this, right? I said it earlier back here, and this pattern is continuing where we're basing out. These pullbacks are very small, right? These are not big pullbacks. It's just stair-stepping higher consistently with increasing volume. It's a recent reverse split, so it could grind higher due to lack of anything else. But it will fail miserably later sooner. Yeah, I mean, probably. Right? I mean, anything that's in a downtrend like this, probably not going to hold up. But at least short term could. $100 more at 218. Good luck, Sir Sky. I mean, what's your basis now? Probably around like 203? Maybe I should... Like, I was going to say I should make a basis so I know what my average is, but, like, I also don't want to be, like, publicly sharing that. I feel like that's, I don't know, borderline questionable if I should be showing that. But yeah, I had a third order at 232. It hasn't hit yet. All right, first actual pullback, but I don't like this. I don't know. So I'm looking at the volume. Yeah, volume is pretty heavy here. This could be the top. I don't know. It could be. The volume is, I'm looking at this volume relative to the move up. It's a little bit higher, but not significantly. This is the biggest pullback too we've seen prior to this area. Also, interesting to note that the day P&L and the open PL are not matching. Maybe that's accounting for the fees. 100 more at 218, 500 at 203 average. Yeah, you entering with 400 at 198 is what's really doing it. Okay, big order went through here at 210. Could be a buy order, not sure. I didn't see how the price reacted to that inflow. Yeah, basically a break even for me right now. Yeah, a lot of volume accumulating here. Okay, well, like to see big volume on a push down. So we've had two high volume candles here. I feel like, I don't know. So here's the thing. This is bad normally because it's high volume push down. But relative to the move, this movement down isn't actually that big. I feel like this volume should have produced a bigger move down, and it didn't. So I'm a little worried about that. Reads to me like potentially someone absorbed it. Yeah, good luck, Sky. Whoa, big spike up there. Million shares of volume inflowed right there. Let me verify where I need to be getting out. Okay. We'll see. Boom. Boom indeed. Showing super low float on LRHC spooks me. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. Hey, we're in it now. We're in full size. 3 shares and a dream. Yeah, so even though we saw bigger volume push this down for these two candles, the move down relative to the volume was discrepancy. There was a discrepancy there. So seeing high volume on the following two actually doesn't surprise me that much. Out of curiosity, if I try to short now, does it let me? It still lets me. So there's still shares to short. All right, we'll see it. Yeah, volume continuing to increase as well. Yeah, it is a low float. That is true. Yeah, we're looking to open around here at the moment. $202 to $235 got out too soon. I mean, maybe not. $235, like, you're only 5 cents from the current price. Wonder if they'll push it to 250. Pulling back, but volume's light. Well, okay, it did drop a little more there. I don't know, it's a little bit harder for me to read now. I was really close to a stop out here. Didn't hit it, though. Significant volume on the drop. This could be the top. This is the first time we're seeing high volume with a high push. We could see a significant pullback. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Don't want to get my hopes up too much. This could very easily recover with another million volume to the upside. I don't know what to think of it. This looks like very coordinated uptrending, which makes me feel that there could be an underlying buyer that's willing to keep pushing this up. Right? This is the pattern of a stock that can keep grinding higher, which is worrying me. Like, it's reassuring to see these two candles on higher volume, but I don't know. Especially after this, I don't know how much I trust it. Unfortunately, we didn't get any other stocks with news at the top of the hour. So that means all focus remains on LRHC. No easy retraction. What was it? No, well, HTOO did kind of recover. Sort of. I mean, for what it's worth, I guess. Nice knowing you. I mean, well, I mean, if you're still in Sky, you might have a way out, right? Well, but what did you say? 1.8 or 218 average? Where did you? Yeah, 100 more, 218. 203 average. Ooh. Yeah, that's a bit worse. Okay, so we're getting a pop-up here. See how it resolves. You're up an hour late. Dude, Flip-Flop, you gotta stop sleeping in, man. What are you doing? 203, yeah. Yeah, this might just be too much for me. Like, seeing this pop up, I don't know, man. Like, if this consolidates and breaks out, I'm definitely gonna get hit by the stop. Solid green day. Looking for 100 more at 230. Good luck, sir. This could be the micro pullback before the next leg. I could see it. I do want to keep shorting every now and then, or just putting out an order. Okay, so now there are no shares to short. So inventory is now gone on Webull. Bigger home. Hey, I'm going max size, Sky. I'm max position size. And by max size, I mean 3 shares. Yeah, continuing to consolidate here. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I really would have liked us to see us just make another leg lower. Topping tails in the 5 minutes. Yeah, a bit of one. So it took about, so this was like 8:11. So I had about 25 minutes. That's similar to GXAI from yesterday. So I had about 25 minutes to get in this before it ran out of shares. You're still, there's still shares at trade zero, $3 per 100 shares. Okay. I don't know the exact pricing on Webull, but I mean, it's at least, or it's at most 1 cent, or sorry, $1 per 100 shares on Webull. At least for around a 150 to 200% borrow rate. That's what I'm finding. Yeah, I don't like this consolidation. I really don't. I feel the pressure. I feel it. Gotta feel something. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I mean, even if it's not a lot of money, maybe it's just entertainment for you guys seeing that I actually have an open P&L, right? You get to see it swing. Domino! Come on, I need the timber, come on. So we've tested this twice. The volume's still very light, so I'm skeptical. Okay. Alright, what was peak here? 806, got it. Okay, nice volume on that break too. We love to see that. Good volume. Timber coming. Especially if there's 830, yeah. We'll see. I definitely can breathe a sigh of relief though. Even if it does go back up to high of day. Like, at least I got some kind of in the money scenario, right? I wasn't just read the whole trade. What's my exit price, Captain? It's variable. It depends on a couple things. I do not have a set one. I do take, if it goes a full 100% retracement, I just cut the trade no matter what. Otherwise, there's certain criteria I look for, either the stop out price or depending on a certain behavior the stock gives. It's looking like I'm not going to stop out, or it could. Like, there's maybe like a 30% chance I still stop out. And there's basically a 0% chance that this goes back down 100%. Like, there's like a 1% chance. So odds are I'm going to probably cut this for like a scratch or some kind of middle ground profit loss, somewhere around there. That's kind of what I'm expecting. Okay, so seeing big volume here is good. I'm still skeptical because this thing had a huge spike here on high volume, so I'm not raising the flag of victory yet. Yeah, he's at break even now. Okay, it might bounce off the $2 level. We did just slightly break below this support, so this could be a fake out break of support. And now we see a curl. Two about to crack? That's the question. It just dropped to 150 with that sale. Pretty big buyer on the bid. Looks like around 70,000. Broke by a couple pennies, then quickly reclaimed it. Could be a fake break of $2. Oh, hell no, I ain't buying a Palantir stock. Oh, hell no. Oh, wow, look at HTOO. Oof. Oof. That's nasty. 390 down to 320. Hmm. While you are shorting, I will watching a next YouTuber. I hope to see you again on long. Well, I hate to say... Well, I mean, to be fair, the next 2 days, I will be trading in the other account because this account only has 3 day trades. So, yeah, tomorrow I should be trading long biased. Yep. So, if you're looking for long biased trades, perhaps tomorrow. Yeah, second break of $2 and immediate recapture. So it looks like it's fighting to hold 2. Lost 240 cans of soup on LRHC. All right, we're out. 70 cents, 77 cents a profit. Let's freaking go, dude. Let's go. Full, well, not full profit, but secondary exit criteria was met, so we are out. Yeah, I'm seeing RXT like you said. Yeah, too early. Yeah. You take that over what you got? Yeah. No, I get it, man. It's so rough too trying to time the top, and this looks so scary, right? It was holding up so well. So it's a pretty good capture. I mean, I got super close to the top too. Like my third entry was 232, so I got pretty close to the top. Okay. I can show the orders now. I don't think there's anything wrong with me showing afterward. So here are the orders I took if you're just curious of where I shorted at. You added at 8:04 right before. Yeah, dude, that pop was so crazy, right? This pop. So I called it out too. Like, remember this freaking zoom in thing. Remember, I said here when it was doing this. I was saying how this was grinding higher and the volume was increasing incrementally. But when we had this pullback, even though this volume was higher than this pullback didn't feel correct proportion to this. And I was noticing there was this discrepancy and I was getting worried. So like seeing this resolution when I noticed this discrepancy in hindsight was pretty, it was foreseeable. Yeah, so my exit, what was my exit? My exit was 93. And it's funny too, because if you know what I trade normally, I normally trade the break of half and whole dollars for the recovery attempt. And this I actually used for my profit target instead. So I kind of like flipped it. Instead of this being where I would take a trade for a bounce, this is where I take a trade for profit. It's a very weird flip. You never did find your third purchase at 230. Yeah. Doesn't really gap our XT. Yeah, I mean, it's too, this is just, I should check it. So I'll go ahead and see what the shorts are like for this. 150, oh no, I need to, this is still LRHC. RXT, I can't even, oh, that's right, yeah. I keep forgetting Webull doesn't let you short stocks under $1. I keep forgetting that. How many times we got to teach you this lesson, old man? Now the question is, how good was my profit target of 193? Right now it's looking pretty good. But we'll see. 96 million float with 140% move is absolutely wild. That's a pretty big move for that kind of float. That's huge. And so like this volume looks impressive, right? 2 million volume. But if there's a 96 million float, well, what's the outstanding? If it's 96 million float, yeah, 243 million outstanding, and this doubled in price, right? That the value of this company just went up by like almost $150 million. I wish someone else would dump their 3 shares. But no, it only cost me 3 cents to take that trade. To me, that's like, what would that be? So 3 cents, 70 cents, or 77 cents was the target. That's like what, 4%? 4% in fees. It's unfortunate. And like that can add up. But it's not terrible either. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I guess I should be transparent. I made one execution mistake on that trade. I mean, you wouldn't know because you don't know what I'm doing. But the second position should have been 2 shares. So for the 218, I should have had 1 extra share that I got at 218. And because I did hit profit target down here, I mean, I should have made like an extra 20 cents on this trade. Dang, 3 cents, I'd go broke. Yeah. And, yeah, I don't know if it's rounding up or down. Because on Webull, it's a 1 cent minimum to short. So I'm assuming it's rounding up. So whenever I do increase size, the percentage fee should be lower. Like I am paying a higher fee technically per share right now. I think they said my VIG was like $3. What is a VIG, sir? I'm illiterate. I don't know. But no, a 77-cent gain is very impressive for only 3 shares. That's actually like really good. Like that's like 20 cents or something. More than 20 cents. That's like 25. Yeah, about 25 cents a share. Have you ever traded via Linux? No. I like that you averaged up. I do the same thing, but I don't increase my buy size as I add. I don't either. To clarify, I would have only sized up on the middle trade. When I was doing my simulations and back testing, We found that certain areas responded better. So it's like a bell curve distribution where you want to add max size at the middle of the distribution and you want to add lightly on the edges. So essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm adding light on the one end, like the low end. I'm adding heavy on the middle, and I'm adding light on the other end. So it is not just a brute force scale in, add size. That is not the approach we decided on. But yeah. So slight misplay. I basically missed out on like an extra 20 cents because I just screwed up. I'll be honest. Like just execution mistake by me. Certainly better on this trade than the trade on yesterday, because yesterday was just fundamentally a bad trade. Like I shouldn't have even been in it. So at least this trade was one that actually was validated by my setup and it did work. So I mean that's reassuring. Using the actual strategy, we are 1 for 1. Why do we have 60 people in here? What? Guys, I'm trading with 3 shares. Why are you here? Welcome, everybody. When you say we, who do you mean? New to the live stream, but have watched many of your recaps. Oh, I appreciate it. So me, Claude, and ChatGPT, we all kind of, we did a roundhouse kind of thing where we were testing simulations. Basically, over the weekend, I probably ran around 200 to 300 simulations. And we were really just trying to look at a bunch of data and see what kind of stocks pulled back, how often they pulled back, where they performed better in some areas than others, what target profits to aim for. We basically just did a big sweep, like probably around like 10 hours of data scraping. It was pretty intensive. You should have seen me yesterday. I literally finished right before I went live. I didn't get to sleep yesterday. I came on stream yesterday with 2 hours of sleep. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I was absolutely dead yesterday. I was so tired. That's probably part of why I screwed up the entry yesterday. SILO. It's a bit cheap. Here for hope. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so now I would have had 2 signals at this point to sell. So one of my signals got hit here, so I sold. Right now I'm seeing 2, I say sell. I had a cover signal for my position here, and now I'm having 2 cover signals to cover here. So it's looking like I took a good decision covering. But yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, please do leave a like. It helps me out. And if you are new to the channel and you like it, maybe subscribe. I am streaming every day, trying out a new strategy. So we're only trading 1 share, scaling in. Max size technically is 4 shares per trade. I screwed up this trade and only took 3. So love to see the professionalism by an experienced veteran trader messing up sizing. Bunch of hope FOMO plays. Don't like it. Not my style. Hate timing tops. Well, it's, I mean, for me, I don't know if you're saying my style. Like, there is always hope regardless of what you're trading. But the difference is that I've back tested it. I've done tens of hours of research and data skimming, data scraping, and the data suggests that what I'm applying, if I follow the rules, has edge. So, like, it's not, like, I think that it's okay to be hopeful and just for the fun of the game, right? I was holding this whole way up knowing that if it hit my stop, I needed to sell. It didn't hit my stop. It got very close. We were very close to hitting sell. So I can actually pull it up just to reference. So my stop, and you guys know because I called it out before we got to it, I said my stop was at 248. Look how close this got to my stop. So where my cursor is right here, I'll just make a line. That'll be easier. This would be my stop price. Look how close it was to my stop. So yeah, this was almost a full-size loss. I just started and it's way faster via Linux. Majority of servers and brokers run on Linux. Orders feel faster, charts are more accurate. I did not know that. Not sure on Webull, but Fidelity and most big buyers do. There's no way you're shilling Fidelity right now. Fidelity, dude. I mean, I don't know if they've changed since I've used them, but I used Fidelity like 5 years ago. And I actually think they might be worse than Robinhood. Like they're just really, really slow. I mean, you're talking about faster via Linux. Like, it doesn't matter if you're using something like Fidelity. It's... Yeah, I would be fully out here, by the way. Like, even if this does continue down, all my signals to cover were hit. So I would have been out of this trade. I have a fiber line running directly from New York Stock Exchange to my little cottage in Texas. Don't tell anybody. You may have already noted this, but how do you determine the level 2, or that level at 248? The only level I see there was from February 3rd Hive Day. It is through percentages, and our testing showed that when a stock behaves like this in this kind of accumulation cycle, that stocks typically went up 1%, and that percent was at 248. That is how we determined it. Yeah, it is not based off of a price level you can see on a chart. Fidelity has changed a lot. I mean, fair enough, right? It's been 5 years. A lot can happen in 5 years. Maybe Fidelity has turned a new leaf. I am only stating for what I recall from Fidelity when I used it in the past. I think Fidelity is one of the best myself. Dude, that's crazy. There's no way we got shills for Fidelity. That's crazy. I mean, fair enough, right? If it's changed, if it's good, more power to you. I'm probably going to stick with Webull. But certainly interesting. And I find that very surprising. But I will concede. If they have changed, then I'm going on very outdated information. The problem is they cater to funds, not day traders. They are changing. Yeah, like my experience when I used Fidelity all those years ago was that they took forever to actually process orders and send them. Even Ross, like he did a broker review video for day trading, and his was similar. His finding was that Fidelity was by far the worst execution speed at the time. Everyone is different personally. I would not trust my money on Webull. Why? Because Chinese? RXT is trying to go higher. Your next ad. Oh, you shorted flip-flop. You shorted RXT? Yeah. I don't know. This is an absolutely crazy downtrend. So like just downtrended, then went sideways here. That was actually a movie, maybe The Big Short, I don't know. But a guy burned a fiber from New York to Chicago, or buried a fiber from New York to Chicago, so you could get like 5 millisecond faster latency. I watched The Big Short like 15 years ago. I watched The Wolf of Wall Street last year for the first time. Definitely not what I was expecting. Very, very crazy movie. You're short at $1 even. I mean, to be fair, right? Your entry average currently, you're up, or your entry is over 100% from the prior day. So if this even retraces like 30 or 40%, you should be in the money. I'd rather have my money on decades-old proved brokerage, not a few years old brokerage, but that's just me. I get that, but I believe Webull is FDIC insured. So like, you're insured up to $200,000 of the money you put in. I believe. Don't hold me to that, but that's my understanding. Nothing to do with China. I would not put my money in Robinhood either. I mean, that's the challenge, right? Is which broker, if you're looking for safety of capital, and it depends with how much you're working with, right? Like this is a $2,000 account on Webull. I've got another account that has 5,000. So realistically, my exposure to Webull was only 7,100. I say only, but but yeah, I only have 7,100, and I believe it is insured. So like if Webull goes bust or something, then I should get that money. I don't think RXT will retrace with a headline like Palantir. I think it'll be a long-term trade. I mean, it has recovered essentially, what, like 20 days of downtrend from this move. It does feel very extended on the daily chart. And looking at the history, this stock doesn't really make moves like this. Like, the biggest move was realistically this one, and this only went up 30 cents. Like, this move is not historically relevant in the last year. Let me look at the last 3 years. Yeah, like 187. No, I think this might be the biggest the stock has ever moved in its history, percentage-wise. So I definitely think there's an argument that this could retrace more. Oh, yeah, no, it's still not letting me. Let me refresh it. It might be based off the close, right? Since it closed down here, it might not update the ability to short it until it resumes, or it closes above $1. That'd be my guess. Yeah, because refreshing it does nothing. I'm still not able to short it. Good call out, though, to see if I was able to. Not that I would want to, but it would be interesting to see. LRHC, still kind of slowly grinding down. I captured most of the momentum, but I did miss out on some, right? I could have got an extra 10 cents here so far. Thinkorswim, Webull, 0. So this is Thinkorswim. That's what I'm using for charting. I'm using Webull for executions. I just found the stream. And do not shill. You should try Fidelity. They are now linked with Bloomberg and Reuters. So all Fidelity customers get some info from Bloomberg and Reuters. My current strategy isn't so headline dependent, and I already get headline information from Thinkorswim. I mean, maybe it's some. I still have the Fidelity account because I never closed it, so I could essentially just look at it and attempt to reuse it at some point. I don't really want to do that right now, but maybe at some point I could look into that. Now does not feel like the correct time. Because I'm trying out a new strategy, and because I've been using Webull for a while now, I think it's more appropriate for me to keep using this platform for now. But in the future, I would be more open to that in the future. For trade 0, I can't short under 50 cents. But as soon as it's at 51, you can short right away. So it updates immediately for you. Let's see. You don't even have to know what you're doing. If you just watch these tickers for hours on end, you get muscle memory in your brain. At least you know, and you know when it's going to dump or retrace. I mean, you never know for sure, but you start to get a hunch for what could happen, right? Like with this stock, I was saying how it was clearly in an uptrend, and I could foresee it just slowly trending up. And whenever we were pulling back here, this volume didn't match what it should have been for a retrace, and then we did get that surge. So I understand what you're saying, certainly. And I said here how the volume was high enough to where I thought this could have been the top. And I was questioning, I'm like, is this the top? And it ended up being the top. So yeah, I get what you're saying. But then you also got to say, for every time that I have theorized, and I was correct in this case, how many times do I theorize and I'm wrong? Because the reality is, if you're wrong even half the time, then it technically it's just random, right? I could just say it's going to go up in half the time I'll be right. So unless you can accurately predict what it's going to do more than 50%, then how much of it is muscle memory and how much of it is just randomness? I'm not arguing against you, by the way. I do think there is some sort of muscle memory. I'm just saying that it needs to be distinguished and identified explicitly. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we got too much more moving. Like, I've seen nothing else pop up since I got out of this trade. And I don't know why we're at 70 viewers right now. Did someone like shill for me? Did Candyman send his viewers? Like, why are there so many people here? I saw we peaked at 80. We haven't been at 80 for months. 50% of the time, you're right 100% of the time. Exactly. See, you get it, sir. You get it. Let's do a poll while we have so many people here. Got to get that poll going, keep that retention up. Shills for the captain, greater than shills for Fidelity. Fidelity is for retirement accounts. Yeah, I always thought it was more retirement friendly. That's when I think of Fidelity, I think of retirement accounts. I think of old people. Those are the guys that follow me around and make me fail by manipulating the stock in the opposite direction of what they know I'm trying to do. Yeah. Yeah, because when you look at how this stock, like this is very interesting price action, right? For it to look like it's failing, have a sudden massive surge, and then roll over, it seems kind of weird, right? Like this doesn't seem normal. I'm before looking at the poll, I'm gonna say that maybe 40% of people haven't traded because it has been a little bit slow, but we have had some moves like WBuy and LRHC. So I'm gonna say around 40% of people haven't traded, and it's gonna be a 50-50 split between green and red because the stocks did give some movement. So let's see how close I am. Okay, wow. 50%, 57% no trade. That's way more people sitting on the sideline than I thought. Wow, I did not expect that. Okay, yeah, I was way off. I thought with LRHC, HTOO, and WBuy, I thought with these three, people would have been jumping on this more, especially WBuy, because this one's like a prior runner. But I guess not. I'm just wrong. All right, 10 minutes till the top of the hour. We're basically just chilling at this point. SNSE. Okay. Whoa. Ooh, what the? Okay. On light, oh, be careful too. This is super light volume. Oh, less than 100,000 shares popped this up more than 100%. Very strange. Yeah, this looks like this could dump super hard. Or it could pop super hard, right? This could go up another 10 bucks. I see a world where this thing drops 10 bucks in like a few seconds. Yeah, this thing could explode in massive range. So what is the actual news? Okay, announces $200 million concurrent private placement. What is the price of the placement? Does it not give a price? Yeah, I'm not seeing the price for it. Can you find that SNSZ on Weibo? What? Sorry, E-Trade. Just resumed from a halt. Yes, but there was news on it. It looks like there was some sort of private placement. Considering this is only 1 million shares, I guess a private placement's a big deal for 200 million. It really depends on what the offering or private placement was at. Yeah, E. Yeah, it's SNSE, not Z. Cap, you got it? No, 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 no. I am not touching this. Hell no. This has massive red flag written all over it. Lock up 100% gain on the downtrend. No, this could drop 100%. This could go up another 100%. No. No, thank you. I'm purely a spectator of this one. Way too volatile. And I mean, it sounds crazy, but this is the kind of stock that you could see a world where this thing goes to like 100. It's super unlikely, but it is a non-0% chance in my eyes. Maybe like a 2% chance. LRHC is my third trade, or I'd be in it to win it. Just spot traded this one, 3 shares, and got greed from red on the green to from red on the day. Not touching it anymore. I mean, good job, but I don't know. Like, if you followed your rules, fair enough. This thing looks extremely dangerous, though. I find it fascinating from a spectator perspective, but this carries insane risk with it. And honestly, I'm very surprised how we're consolidating here. It doesn't seem like in the news there's any price disclosed. $2 swings is so crazy. You're going for it, flip-flop? Good luck, sir. You're short at 27.78. Good luck, sir. If you had any balls, you would short it and wait till tomorrow to buy back. Dude, if you shorted this thing and you held it overnight, oh my god, this thing could go to like 200. Like, that'd be true balls of steel. I mean, even flip-flops, shorting even here, like, there's a world this goes to 100 before market open. It's a small chance, but I could see it. I could see it. I mean, it technically just doubled in 2 minutes. So Ross made 9K on it. Didn't trade the initial pop, but traded the first 10-second pullback. Decent trade for him. Okay. You'll add it 35.40 every $5 is my plan. That's the right mindset though, Flip Flop. Like you understand, and I think we're on the same page. My worry is like, dude, this thing could run like to $50 or $100, but it seems like you understand the risk here. Like you understand when you're buying here, there is a chance this goes to 40. Like I think that the fact that you understand that shows you understand the risk involved here. Not touching it. Yeah, it's kind of that's my position. Yeah. No, I'd rather not. I have to keep you on 1.5 because you're always a minute and a half behind. What am I? Is it just like freezing for you or? Yeah, if this rolls over though, Flip Flop, you're gonna get such a payout. Looking at the volume on this push down, it's actually pretty low. Can we just have a clean 100% moving gap here that does do it in 10 seconds? That's honestly my complaint of the day too. We're not really getting moves that do like a 30% move, then you got the first leg, then a 50% move, then the second leg, then a 70% move. You're getting this stupid crap where it just goes straight up in like a minute. Yeah. Covered a little at 24. It's 378 so far. No, I just check every couple minutes and you're over a minute behind, but that's better than the ticker lagging. Yeah, fair enough. No, and like I do have a slight delay on the stream inherently. It's nothing too big, but yeah. SABR is also kind of moving. It's only just now getting volume though. This move up has been pretty dry. The volume on this thing is so light. Yeah, LRHC, I just didn't get the full capture, but that's fine. My exit criterias were triggered, so I got out. $1 spread. Yeah, what is the spread on this? That's so good. It's interesting you say $1 spread, because I'm looking at it. It looks like the spread's only about 10 cents. Okay, so when it widens, it goes between 10 cents when it's tight, and it goes around 50 cents when it's wider. So not quite $1, not 10 cents either. Yeah, it seems like it's somewhere between like 40, 50 cents on the higher end. Okay, so was it $1, now it's at 50 cents. Okay. Oh, there's a wall. 2550. Not a huge wall, but like a 5,000 share seller here. Considering how much volume is on these candles, 5,000 is actually kind of big. So there was a seller at 2550, blown through it. Okay. If you split your sales, does that mean I'm in violation of the fourth round trip? Yes. And unfortunately, that is one of the downsides, which is why, if you notice, whenever I was trading this, I explicitly set up so I exited my entire trade in one order. And that is because if I exited in 2 orders, it would be 2 day trades, unfortunately. But yes, you are correct. If you exit in multiple orders, you would be in violation with the fourth trip. Well, you're out of W by 2860 lost cans of soup on the day. You're done. LRHC owned me. I mean, it almost owned me, right? I almost got stopped out too. And it's frustrating too because it ended up rolling over pretty well. Right, I captured about 2/3 of this retracement. But it almost stopped me out too. It certainly ran more than I expected. You're up 1 soup, almost ready for the Lambo down payment. How many Lambos do you need for... I was going to say, how many cans of soup do you need for a Lambo? But instead I'll say, how many Lambos do you need for a can of soup? How much is a Lamborghini? Anywhere from 200,000 to 3 million. That's actually a very big range in price too. 200,000 cans of soup for 1 Lamborghini. It's not a great deal. You can buy multiple times in accounts. Yeah, so it is based off of whichever is bigger in terms of like when you close. So if you buy twice and sell twice, that would be 2 day trades. But if you buy twice and sell once, that's 1 day trade. Because whenever you sell the 2 positions, they get combined. So yeah, this, what I did here with 3 buy order, or okay, it's shorting, but like with 3 short orders and 1 cover order, this is actually just 1 day trade. If we pull all our money, we can have a revolving Lambo. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I'm probably going to wrap it up here. I waited 5 extra minutes. SNSE looks very interesting, but I'm not going to trade it, and I do need to get ready for the day session. So I'm going to look to call it here. If you enjoyed the stream, if you haven't already, maybe subscribe. I know we had a lot of people in flow today. I have no idea where you guys came from, but thanks for stopping by in any case. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow, guys, since I am on cooldown now with the day trades. Tomorrow I will be trading the old strategy, the dead cat bounce one. So we will be back to going long biased for